Knife dope. More dope. Come and get your figs. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. Knife dope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. We're going to be taking a look at today what was initially intended to be checked out yesterday. However, I was thrown a curveball. There was a bunch of giveaway dope that superseded the review of these two knives. We got two coming from Terrain 365. These were sent to me to check out from the man, the myth, the legend, Don Farmer. You know who he is, otherwise known as D&K Knives. D&K Knives has got all the dope you need with a foreign or domestic, and they are now accepting Sezzle. So you can make those irresponsible financial decisions freely, interest-free, I might add. Just be sure to use code Knifedope for 10% off that purchase. Okay, people, the shilling has stopped. Let's get to the dope. Now, I've had a few, not many, but I've had a few knives from Terrain 365, and they've always impressed. These two we're taking a look at today. I had seen Don make a post of them, and I decided to reach out to him to see if I could check them out. The first one we're going to be taking a look at today is this one. This is the P38 manual version. They also have a automatic to this one as well. This is a smaller size knife. I would classify this along the lines of a gentleman's carry, and I will tell you, it is very impressive. We've got a close length coming in at 3.75 inches. Knife is deployed via these thumb studs. Now, these thumb studs have what they call cabochons, glow-in-the-dark cabochons. Now, I had to do a little bit of research because I had no idea what the hell cabochons are. They are actually polished gemstones. So I don't know if they're they naturally glow in the dark, or if there's some type of process that allows them to glow in the dark. But that's what they are. Overall length on this comes in at 6.5 inches. So definitely a smaller carry of a knife. May classify this as like a backup. Blade length comes in at 2.75 inches. Our blade stock is 136 thousandths. We've got this beautiful modified spear point blade shape. And there's a dual toned finish on the blade. On our main portion of the bevel, we've got a matte finish. And then on the flats, they have that nice satin finish. Very minimal billboarding. We've got that Terrain 365 logo on the show side. And then on the clip side, there's that Terravantium USA. Now, I do know that most of their knives are USA made. I think perhaps they outsource some of the materials from overseas, but I'm not 100% sure on this one. Now, this knife has all titanium hardware. Now, this is something interesting that I had never seen before. This is what they call an integrated bolster lock, or rather an integrated bolster with a liner lock. So let me see if I can show you guys what this is. So actually, I've never seen one like this, but the liner lock is actually part of the scale itself. You know, normally when you see a liner lock, you've got a separate liner, but that's not the case here. It's the actual scale itself that has that integrated bolster, and then one side of it's got that liner lock, and the other side has just the single scale itself, which is also the integrated bolster. This one has the beautiful contoured carbon fiber inlay. We've got that nice full-length titanium backspacer, which really looks good. Nice fine jimping at the base of the spine. Now, this design is actually based on a compact folder by a gentleman of the name of Michael Vagnino. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Some of the signature details also are going to be the high-level chamfering throughout the knife, satin finish on the titanium hardware. Now, one of the great features to Terrain 365's knives is that they are all 100% rough-proof construction. And then the real star of the show is going to be the blade material. This is not steel, you know. This is actually Terrain 365's proprietary blend of a material that's called dendritic cobalt. So it's non-magnetic, non-metallic, and totally 100% rust-proof, non-ferrous material. Crazy to think that this is possible. I mean, when you look at it, when you touch it, it feels like fucking steel. And one of the other great features to this material is the edge holding capability. They allege that this material will hold an edge longer than any steel out there. Now, when they say that, they mean a working edge. The fine edge actually goes away rather quick, but that working edge will retain for quite a long time. Overall weight on this is 3.9 ounces. Let's go ahead and put up a couple of knives for some size comparison. Basically, a little bit of knife flexing. You know how we do. And keeping that same American energy, we're going to put this one up. And that is the Benchmade Mini Griptilian Sheep's Foot apparatus. So we can see that the P38 is smaller than the Mini Grip. Next up, ooh, goddamn, how about them Ferrum Forge boys? This one is one that I'm really enjoying, and that is the Ferrum Forge button lock rendition. So once again, the P38 is also smaller than that. Let's put up some more, shall we? This is the most recent release from Mr. Colin Mason Pierre in conjunction with Dave Warren, and that is the Tuya Mutt, another knife that I'm actually very impressed with once I got it in hand. So the P38 is also smaller than that. How about some little bit of Ray Laconico? Another recent knife that I was fortunate enough to check out, and that is the We Evoke. So the P38 is also smaller than that. Let's do two more. God damn it, two more. How about the legendary Demko AD 20.5 with the regrind? So the P38 is also smaller than that. Last but certainly not least, a gentleman's carry in its own right, and also a legendary knife, and that's going to be the Quiet Carry Drift OG rendition. And once again, the P38 is smaller than that. So you can clearly see we've got a small carry knife, but it looks great. Carries, you know, the ergos on it are where I need it to be. Action on this is official, like a ref with a whistle. D10 is dialed the fuck in. She flies out, comes right back to the house. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. The only problem with this is that these are not available. Most of the knives that they have on their website are not available. So they sell out quick. They are popular, but I believe that I do see a couple of their knives in my future. So that is the P38. Okay, this next one is the STS ATB. Sierra Tango Sierra Alpha Tango Bravo. This one also comes in at $375. If I forgot to mention the P38, that was the same price on that one. Now this one has is actually a frame lock. We've got this nice mic. Actually, I thought it was micarta, but it's G10 overlay, you know, inlay overlay. Beautiful clip point blade shape. Same blade material, that Terravantium, otherwise known as Dendritic Cobalt. Beautiful matte finish on this blade as well. Same minimal billboarding. We've got that Terrain 365 on one side, or rather, yeah, Terrain 365 logo, and then this one just says Terravantium. This one doesn't have the USA on it, so this might be one of the ones that they outsource materials from overseas. Overall length on this is 8.1, so we've got a nice full-size knife here. Love this very fine jimping here on the handle right there towards the tip, or rather towards the base of the blade. They went ahead and they crowned that spine, and they also did that same fine jimping on the base of the spine. You know, I was going to say that you could choke up, but you see here that they actually have like a little divot or a little cutout in the actual handle, and that is where you can put that finger to get right up on that edge. Flat grind. They've got this nice swedge there on the tip of the spine. Normally, I'm not a fan of clip points. I think I only got one in the collection at the moment. But we've got this nice titanium pocket clip that is right-hand tip-up carry only. Half-length backspacer. Look what they did here in the backspacer. They actually crowned it and gave us that super fine jimping again. That jimping feels so nice on the fingers. It's such a change from all that aggressive jimping you normally find on these knives. They do have this integrated lanyard post for the weirdos. Same snappy goddamn detent, same fantastic action. Both of these knives are riding on caged, brass caged ceramic bearings. Now the weight on this one comes in at 4.3 ounces. Blade length is 3.5 inches, and then we've got 150 thousandths on the blade stock. Yeah, I'm really liking this one. I think I might like this one more, you know. Let's go ahead and put up some comparisons for this one. Basically a little bit of knife flex, you know how we like to do. How about this one? Para 3 Spyderco, baby. Gotta have some goddamn Spydercos. So we can see that the STS is bigger than that. Next up, another non-ferrous knife in my collection, and that's going to be the Quiet Carry Drift LC rendition. So the STS is also bigger than that. Let's do a couple more, shall we? This next knife is a legend in its own right, and that is the Urban EDC F5.5, goddammit. So the STS is bigger than that. Next up, possibly the my favorite overseas purchase thus far this year, and that is going to be the Null Knives Voodoo. So the STS is about neck and neck with that. Now, quick side note, because I just reminded myself, I was thinking of making a video, and what it's going to be about. It's going to be about, you know, knives that are popular or good quality knives, and then I'm going to give you guys like an alternative to that knife. I had done a video way back in reference to the F5.5, where I gave you a knife that was far less expensive, but gave very similar vibes. I've been looking through my knives, and I got a couple of knives that I think I can make a video on. If you think that's a good idea, if you guys want to check that out, let me know, and I'll make it. Let's do 2 more. God damn it, 2 more. The only other clip point blade in my collection thus far, and that is the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. So we can see that the Gunslinger is smaller than the STS. Last but certainly not least, more American dope for that palette. We're looking at the Spyderco Native 5 in fluted carbon fiber. And once again, the STS is bigger than that. So what do I think? Well, I think that this Terrain 365 company has got a good thing going here with these dendritic cobalt steel blades. You know, I kind of wonder why more companies, if this material has all the properties that they claim it does, and by all accounts, you know, that is the case, I wonder why more companies aren't using it. You know, I'm assuming that it's probably a tough process to you know, get these knives made. There is no heat treat involved on this material. You know, I don't know the process on how they get these blades made. I might reach out to them. Maybe I do like a follow-up video with a little bit more in-depth info on that. Guess we'll have to figure it out. Let me know what you fuckers think. Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.